has just saying that Keish might be taking the day off, and then boom.
There she is.
Hey guys, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm here.
All good. Don't be sorry. Sounds like you've been travelling for a long time.
My flight got delayed. I didn't get home till like 8:30, like off the plane, and didn't get home till like around 9:30. So I'm alive.
I'm glad you made it back. Thank you for dialing in. I thought we could kick off, Jazz, because we've got you on the call. Do you want to give us a little bit of an update on how everything's coming together for FAM, and especially, I guess, around the follow-up with the mentors and anyone else, just so all of this team who are working hard to make sure that we've got people to turn up know sort of where it's funneling towards?
Yeah, for sure. So I think FAM mentors are coming in really strong. We've got about 62 formal registrations, and then their visas are sort of coming through as well. So that's looking really good and strong at this stage. And then I know there's a lot more still in the pipeline that between Ella and I, we're chasing up and following up. So we're super pumped, and every conversation that I have with these guys is that, they're putting their hand up for Fally Times and workshops, and they're ready to sort of mentor these amazing students that you guys have kind of recruited. So all positive vibes from this end. And, I've had a chat to a lot of them on the phone, and they're super excited about coming to Australia and just being part of this experience. So from that end, I'm feeling really positive, and that we're going to have some amazing human beings mentoring all the kids that you guys have been in touch with and been getting on board. So I'd say from that end, we're in a really good position. And then festival planning as well. We've got some awesome sort of sessions planned. We've got some great experiences. And I think from that side of things, we're sort of ready to roll, and it's going to be pretty amazing when they touch down in Sydney, going through down to Wollongong, stopping in the national park to really get centered and welcome them into Australia. And we'll have an awesome Sunday sessions for them up in Sydney, and a fun day planned out there. And then Monday getting to mentor some of our own Aussie kids from local primary schools and high schools as well is going to be a pretty special experience. So I think all in all, the event and the experience is coming together really nicely, and we're ready to make it happen. So, we'll get all those kids on the plane, and we're moving forward in the next 2.5 weeks to bring it all to life.
Awesome, Jazz. Thank you very much, and well done. I can only imagine how much things are ramping up as that date comes closer and closer, as it is for us all. Feel free to stay on the call to find out what's going on around the place, or if you need to run, that's cool as well. I'll leave it up to you. Blakey and Rhea, you've got a little break in your interviews?
Yeah, we've had 2 no-shows this morning, so things are starting off well for the Monday. But no, we had about I don't know, 7 or 8 on Friday. And some of them went really well. So, we've got about 35-ish to go and book in for today, tomorrow and Wednesday. So we're hoping to get them done by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And yeah, I don't know. I'm predicting the way it's been rolling so far, if it continues, we might have about 30 or so on the plane as a rough estimate, which is pretty exciting. So, and the ones who have been strong have been so strong. So, it's been really cool.
Awesome. Ray, anything you want to add there?
I reckon, just to update you, one of the interviews we had on Friday was from a young girl in Sydney who was a mentee in the program from year 8. And Jack took the lead on the interview and was basically asking her why she wanted it. And she started to get really emotional about it. And she was saying that her mum was upset and so happy and crying about the fact that she'd even got an interview. that Jack was like, oh yeah, like give your mum a call right now. And so she called her mum while we were on the interview, and her mum was in the shopping centre, and Jack like drops that she's the first person that's been accepted for it. And so like she starts like screaming and crying, and she's like jumping up and down, like yelling out to her housemates. Mum's on the phone like crying, and she's like, I'm in a shopping centre and you've made me cry, like, and it was just like the best way to start the interviews.
Awesome. How good's getting mums involved in the celebrations?
That's so cool, Ree.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thanks. I know what the no-show interview feels like. I've been scheduling them back to back, and I wake up in the morning to find out who's turned up overnight and who hasn't. It's a real tester. Keep smiling. Unreal. I just wanted to check firstly before we whip around that Airtable base or spreadsheet or whatever it's technically called that has the list of who's been accepted, who's been interviewed, and they're a strong maybe if they can get their documents back, and who hasn't been accepted. Has everyone had a chance to look at that and know what I'm talking about? Don't feel bad if the answer's no.
Yeah, no, Sam, that's definitely a job for today and tomorrow for me. So I'm
Cool.
right behind with that one.
Awesome. Because essentially what that does is give you a clear indication of where people are in the process so that we can make sure that as a team, nobody falls off. So say someone's had a great interview and then they've got to go and get the high school letter and the college letter, and they're having trouble, but they don't feel like they can reach out and ask someone. That's when we can jump in and help to get them over the line. And so what I've done is gone into that spreadsheet and allocated an owner to each of the people based off hopefully the people that you've met, so that you know them, you've already got that relationship, and you can help to get them over the line. So over the next couple of days, and we'll check in every day when we catch up, if you can go in there and make sure that the people that you've been allocated to have had a follow-up. If you don't know who they are, or you need some more clarification, just give me a call, and we can sort of walk through it together. But does that make sense to everyone, or are there any questions that you want to throw out there for the group? Cool.
Is everyone kind of clear on that? Like, because it's obviously something I've dropped the ball on. Will, are you up for that, mate, in joining me on that hustle?
Yeah, mate, I'd love to. What I'll do is once I've got this email sent off this morning, as you know about, I'll jump on another call with you, and then we can sort of work through that together if you're down with that, because I was with you for a lot of those leads.
Cool.
Yeah, because Brendo, I would have allocated some to you, some to Drew, or some to Will, or because I didn't know who had the strongest relationship. So if you guys want to divide them up between you, based on what works best, go for that. I guess that's the easiest way that we're going to get from 15 to 60 by getting these people across the line. So we'll really start to see the results coming through if we can help walk them through the end of the process. And a lot of them are already doing the hustle and are in consistent communication with some of you. So if we can just put a focus on that over the next couple of days, now that we're all back home, I think we'll really see some good results coming through. Cool. Let's just do a quick whip around whilst we're all here. Mish, do you want to kick us off? What's the plan for you now?
Yeah, I have spoken to a couple of people when I touched down yesterday. I had some messages. Kalea's applied for her visa, so I think she's basically once she's done that, she'll be booking flights, so she'll be good to go. There's quite a few applications I think maybe that came through over the weekend, so I'll have to follow up with you. I'm not exactly sure. I think that a lot of them have actually got high school letters and letters of support from the university. So I might double check with you after that just so I can follow up with them. But yeah, I'm just going to continue. I'll have a chat with Keish and we'll split up the applicants that we have and keep in contact with them. My Australian number is working and I'm getting responses from them, which is great. But yeah, I have some exciting news. Last night when I got home, I actually submitted my application to do my 4th year of my psych and will be, by the end of this year, a qualified psychologist. So I'm pretty pumped about that. It's all online and yeah, I'm really excited. I came back super inspired from this trip.
Amazing, Mish. That is brilliant news, mate.
And yeah, my ultimate goal is to one day work in high school. So yeah, I think this trip kind of grounded me a bit and I'm going to hustle. It's going to be tough, but let's do it.
You can do it, Mish. I love you.
Massive congratulations. That's unreal. Amazing what can happen when you're also doing so much else. Good things happen to good people, I think. Mish and Keish, I'll chat to you after as well. I just want to follow up on a few of the applicants that have come through. Keish, is there anything else you wanted to add there?
Me? Yeah, okay. No, that sounds like a good plan. Yep, definitely we'll get in contact with Mish today. I came home to a broken car that doesn't work, a lost Australian SIM card. So I have a lot of things to do today in the sense of getting that sorted. Plus, I'm going to, yeah, definitely try and get in touch with all these American college students. Yeah.
I thought you found your SIM card.
Yeah, I must have lost it on the way after I found it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, well, so yeah. I saw my American SIM that doesn't work in Australia, so yeah.
Well, make sure you sort those things out for yourself first, and then we can do the follow-ups. Sharice, how you doing? What's happening this week?
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm a little bit tired this morning. Haven't had my coffee yet. This week, so I think today I'm going to work on chasing applicants. I'm going away on a team planning trip, so for the next few days I'm going to be a bit busy. Michelle, you put me in touch with one of your professors from a school, so I'm going to possibly look at meeting up with him on Thursday or something when I come back from our team planning trip. So I'm going to get in contact with him today as well. But I just took the weekend to see my family and spend some quality time with them this week. That's all I've been really up.
Lovely. Let us know before you go away if there's anything that's on the boil that we can help with. Cool. Jace, bright and early on the West Coast.
Yep. Sun's coming up now, which is handy. For us, I think we got a couple in there, the twins and that. So just getting their stuff across the line between me and Hannah, we'll work on that. And then we should have a heap of, or not a heap, but a couple more applicants who would have come through on the weekend. So just checking on that Airtable doc. That gets manually updated, doesn't it, with applications?
Correct. So there's a little bit of lag time.
Yeah.
And so they won't go in there until they're scheduled an interview. So there's a fair bit of time between when their app goes in, I review it. I usually go back and forth between them for some questions and follow-up. And then if they're good to go through to an interview, then they'll go into that spreadsheet. So if there's questions on that before, just come straight to me and we can work it out.
Yeah, cool. So hopefully we get a couple more in there that we're going to have to follow up. But that's really the immediate stuff, is the ones that are there getting their letters, and then visas as well once they get accepted too.
Unreal. Thanks, mate. Brendo, how you going, brother?
Yeah, good to see everybody. Yeah, really excited that some of the news coming through of the applicants. It was so good to watch all the last week. Everyone was really hitting a new level, and yeah, really exciting. I suppose the biggest concern for me, I just want to ask a few questions, sure, because yes, we want to turn 15 into 60. How are we going to do that? Is it purely us getting on that Airtable link, getting the extra letters together, because that's totally doable? Then the three things in my mind after that process that are kind of I've got a few question marks around. I want to make it really smooth, and I suppose everyone on the call wants to do that. Visas, passports, and their air ticket, they all need to be confirmed before they are officially added to that 15. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right.
So how are we going to do that? Like, what can we do on our end? Like, these combos that we have, it's obviously a difficult thing to ask someone, hey, go get a visa, hey, go get a passport, hey, go book a ticket. That we're probably the best people to ask them to do that, because we've got the emotional buy-in already on their journey, on their story. So yeah, like, can we streamline what that looks like a bit?
Yeah. I guess maybe if there's, and this is me thinking on the run, so let us know if anyone's got a better idea. If there are people who you think are going to struggle to get their passport and their visa and organise travel, so they need a confirmation sooner rather than later, whether they've got a spot or not, maybe let me know and I can get them into an interview earlier, because a lot of people that are coming through do have a passport, so they can wait a little bit longer. We've got that letter that they can use to help get the visa and expedite that process as well. But you want to be checking in on those phone calls about whether they've got a passport or not, if they know the process to get a visa, and if they can get themselves to LA and back pretty soon. And if you think they're going to struggle, let me know and we'll try and get them an interview sooner rather than later. How's that sound?
Yep, sounds good. Can we just take initiative and craft their name into that letter, make sure that they're hustling the passport office for an earlier meeting rather than a later meeting? Like, are there any hot tips around this? Like, because I spoke to one of the applicants, Tree, down in Baton Rouge, and she's like, oh, I've got a meeting next Wednesday. And my automatic thought was like, well, that's good you got a meeting, but like, fuck, did you ask for the earliest meeting? Like, could you go in there tomorrow? Like, what's the story? Like, have you got the cash to pay for it? How are you getting to the meeting? Like, so all this shit, I know that's babying everyone, but like, to be honest, we're going to make a few of those maneuvers. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty tricky process.
So what the question, Brenda, any ideas on how to fast track the process, was it?
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah. I think in terms of that letter, we want to make sure that it's not just going out to anyone. But if you think they've got what it takes, and you clearly say to them, this is not a indication that you are successful, but we want to give you this letter so that you can go through the process, so that if you are, you've got your seat on the plane. I think that's fine. You just need to use a little bit of judgment on that. And if anyone wants to get clarification, then I can help talk that through as well.
That's great. That's handy.
Anyone else going through similar things, got advice?
Yeah, sure. So I just want to jump in. I threw a question up on Slack around organisations that help with those fast-tracking passports, because I know that Jack Solomon used one of those. And I looked at the cost of that as well. I'm sort of particularly thinking about the list of candidates that Dine sent through. So none of them will have passports because they're from the res. I've spoken to Ella about this as well. The college is going to give them support to get to LA, and I think they're going to send 2 staff, provided they're given a seat on the plane. And the college is also going to help get letters from the 4 or 5 surrounding schools that are around the reservation or near the reservation. But passports are definitely the top issue, and something they've been pressing us really hard on about Is that something that we can give support on, because the students are just, none of them are going to be in a financial position to pay for that? And can we meet them halfway on if they're getting the kids to LA, sorting out the letters? Can we help with that? And I have to speak to Ella. The answer I gave them was that sort of additional support is case by case, and that we have to get the kids into the interview first. After that, we can look at what we can do to assist. So that's the response I've given. But yeah, if we could recommend a place to actually get your passport, an expedited passport.
Did anyone get that at the end from Tom? If we can get
something that'd be worth.
Oh, it seems really important as well.
He just wants a place where we can streamline, recommend a passport application to go through. So an expedited passport.
Yeah. Did he have one, or is Tom? Did you have an organisation?
Jack Solomon's using one at the moment, so if his works well, maybe we can recommend that.
And he posted the link on the Slack channel as well, so that's there.
He did. I'm not comfortable recommending it until I know that he's got his within the time frame that they advised. So I'm guessing that he'll have his pretty soon though. I'll check in with him and find out, and then we'll post something on Slack about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Brendo, did you have any other questions?
No, that was really good. So obviously the visa is less of an issue, I'm hearing, than a passport. Is that true across the board?
Yeah, the turnaround time for the visa seems to be less than 24 hours.
Okay, so that's cool. That's fairly easy. They can Google search, or they've got an intro page from Ella anyway. So the passport's the issue. So I think if we just group together and go nuts on this whole passport business and funnel those to Shorgs that don't have a passport as priority for interviews, I think that would be sensible. Yeah, that was my only concern. Yeah, really getting him over the line with a passport, I suppose.
Yeah, good clarity, Brendo. And that's good prioritization as well. Tom, did you have anything else you wanted to share with the crew?
Yeah, for me, it's just going to be working through that Airtable list of follow-up to try to make sure those people come over the line. The DNA stuff, I've been working back and forth with them, just trying to get those kids to apply. Have you seen
Tom, we're losing you, mate.
From that college. Okay, all good.
I'll give me a call back after. I think there
was sounds good.
Cool. Will, Sunny Coast, who's coming at you? Who are you chasing up?
I'm going to be going over that with Brendo shortly. I'm sort of, not that this is entirely relevant for this conversation, but I've been sort of in contact with Xavier about what I need to achieve in regards to the footage that I've shot. So I'm going through at the moment and getting a whole bunch of files sorted and figuring out getting those down to him so that we've got content ready for FAM. And to be honest, I haven't been super involved in this follow-up process, but I'm pretty keen to jump on board. So Brendo, if you're down for for getting me on board with you, then we'll make it happen.
Awesome, Will. Can't wait to see more of the footage from the hustle. Keish, I think you're showing us your dog in your car. And a very excited face. That's good. That's good. Just one other thing I wanted to know, that Airtable that's got the people the Strong Maybe group who we're following up with. That's obviously a great first point of call. There's also still the big list of EOIs. So make sure we don't forget about those people because there's still potential to get into the application process to boost up the numbers as well. So we've got those. They haven't been allocated to teams like they have in the past. So just jump in there, see if there's anyone from the areas that you visited and get some follow-up going with those guys too, because that's a good group of people who have a little less engagement but have still jumped in and said they want to know more about this opportunity. Any
Shorks, just
sorry, you go, Brenda.
Yeah, just for clarity, we're going to keep this call going, and this could be a touch point where we can actually get traction every day on who's got interviews, who's getting passports, how we're tracking towards the 3-week goal. That's the truth, yeah?
Correct. So yeah, if you can come with an update of who you followed up with, how they're going in the process, I can give you clarity on whose applications have come in, where they're at in the process as well. You're free. Good luck with the interviews.
We'll get another catch.
Love you, Ray.
Awesome. Good luck. Yeah, and then also just like I said, let's make sure that we don't forget about the people who have expressed interest and might not be in that process yet, because that's a good group of semi-engaged people as well.
Fantastic.
Unreal. Thanks, team. Welcome home. Couple of weeks left. Let's do it. See ya.
Yay! Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Do you want us to stay on, Shorks?
Oh, wait. Do you want us to stay on?
Yeah. Why not? While she's here, let's do it. What did I had some questions for you. Hold on, I'll just stop.